After Real Madrid signed Kylian Mbappe this season, they really thought the LaLiga title was theirs, but after being humbled by Barcelona and Lamine Yamal, they're trying to figure out what they're going to do next. Today we're going to find out what's the cause of Real Madrid's problems and how they can improve next season. Before we start, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment what you think Real Madrid should do to change for next season. All right, fellas. Now, we got to get into some business today. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about Real Madrid's situation. Vini Jr. After signing Kylian Mbappe, Real Madrid fans thought it was sweet, but it's not. What's going on?
Well, I've got to say, I have an opinion.
What's going on?
Do you like my opinions?
Yeah.
You really don't always like my opinions.
I do like your opinions.
Thanks, man. But Real Madrid have to sell Vinicius Jr.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know if I really like the sound of that, bro. I don't know if I really like that, bro. Because I'm going to tell you, I was watching the Vinicius Jr. doc this past weekend.
Okay, come on. Now make me feel bad for him. Go on.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. I'm going to let you make your own opinion on it, but I'll make you shed a little tear at times. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. All I will say, though, is that, let's bring it back.
Why do you think that?
Let's bring it back to absolute basics, right? Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. play the same position. They are both left wingers. They are different variations of left wingers. Vinny can go outside and can cut back. Mbappe's more of an inside forward. But the point is that they start at the same spots and they want to occupy the same spots. They can't play together in that way. So if Saudi club X wants to come in with 200 milli, bye. Get rid of him.
I feel like when you have two world-class players, you have to make it work. You know what I'm saying? It comes to a point where it's like, even if these guys, one plays left wing or left inside wing, one plays left wing, regardless, you have two world-class players at your disposal. And if anything, you could sell Rodrigo, get some funds, and have someone that opens up more space on the other side.
I think if anybody in the world would be able to make it work, it's Carlo Ancelotti. And he wasn't. Usually, we see Real Madrid, they buy 3 or 4 world-class players, and then for a few months, it looks like right? And then right around March, they figure it out. Like they start winning, it comes together, Ancelotti figures it out. Number one, they won't have Ancelotti.
Yeah.
And even Ancelotti couldn't figure this problem out. It's because when you look at their heat maps, they literally, like you just said, they occupy all the same space. They want to start from the same areas. They want to be in the same areas. They kind of want to do a lot of the same things, and they just stumble over each other. And there's a lot of ego at play. Neither one of these guys wants to be the one who's going to give up an inch because Vini Jr. is Vini Jr. He's already won Champions League. He's won it. It's his team right now. And Mbappe is Mbappe. He was brought in to make it his team. So I don't think either one of those dudes is going to give an inch. At the best, maybe Xabi Alonso could figure it out because with that 3-4-2-1, whatever they want to play.
Sorry to cut you off. Vinicius left wing back. Bucket.
Hell no. That ain't never happening, bro.
That is the formula for conceding 4 goals. And with Trent on the other side, that is a formula for conceding 4 or 5 goals a game. It would be fun to watch.
I saw a Madrid fan on Twitter be like, guys, this is the future. Vinny plays left wing back. And I was like, I thought I was getting rage baited. But then he did, not that I care that much, but then he did like a 10-tweet thread, you know, like the
he was like serious.
He was like serious. And I was like, this is why I need to delete this app.
Yeah, you got to get off. It's like, ask him one question. Is Vinny going to track back?
No. No, hell no. Bro, no. Vini Jr., I was up for Ballon d'Or. You think I'm tracking back? Hell no.
That's
There's no way.
You said that at the start of the season when we were talking about like Vinny and Mbappe, and you're like, bro, neither of them is tracking back. I'm like, come on, surely for the good of the team. And then I watched them. I was like, yeah,
no,
they ran the least out of any front three in Europe.
Yeah, but do you know what's crazy though as well? You figured that Jude Bellingham might be the guy to like make up some of the ground and like do the running and that kind of thing. But recently, he doesn't look like he gives a
But his shoulders f***ed up, though. He could barely even run.
Okay, look, but he's got no problem running that way, has he?
Yeah,
he's got no problem running towards the goal.
When you see the ball about to go into the net, you can work it. You gonna do what you got to do. But I feel like we also got to realize, Barcelona has been slapping up Real Madrid, and they've been taking advantage of how poorly this defense is. Because I don't think Real Madrid's problem really is attacking-wise. Mbappe scored, over 40 goals this year? Yeah. And a lot of those goals came in the second half of the season. I think it's their back line. Their back line is terrible.
Against kind of poor teams, though.
No. He scored 2 in El Clasico. What do you mean?
Wait, we're not taking anything away from El Clasico, but he had braces against Getafe.
Okay, fam, but that's a lot of La Liga anyway. Who do you want him to score against, fam? That's his competition, bro. People always say that. He's scoring goals against this and this team. That's who they put on the schedule, fam.
I say that I kind of sit in between you guys. Like, I love Vini Jr.
Yeah.
I love his passion. I love that, like, like he uses his anger and like his frustration to fuel him.
Yeah.
But I also think if you get a firm 200 bid from Saudi, wherever it comes, if you get that much of an offer, a firm one, I think at this point you take it.
Yeah.
Because that team is gonna be built around Mbappe. I think it's gonna be built around Jude Bellingham. And when you look at how Xabi Alonso wants to play, I don't right now think Vini fits into that because he plays with wing backs and he plays with kind of 2 10s in behind a striker.
So there's already news confirmed that some of Real Madrid's signings are in fact leaving the club. Let's go through some of the players on Real Madrid that you guys would keep or sell.
Okay.
All right. Would you sell Vinicius Jr.?
Goodbye.
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 The thing about Vinicius Jr. as well, I know you guys are talking about the Saudi deal, but like, would Vini take that himself?
I think if it was on offer, I think the chance to make generational money, I'm not talking about like footballer money. I'm talking about like literally this sets your bloodline up for life. And I think he would take it. He's 24 years old. Go play in Saudi for what, 3-4 years, and he could still maybe come back to Europe. Why not?
Well, that's the interesting thing, right, about the Saudi league, and it hasn't been established for long enough so that we've seen this at like a consistent high level. But like, when are European players gonna start to come back? Because there are still some lads in there who you look at and you think they could play in Europe.
Aymeric Laporte for sure could play in Europe. Come on,
It's like
he's literally starting for Spain. Yeah.
I have always rated a 34-year-old Brozovic, but no, like Neymar could have gone back to Europe.
Yeah, in theory.
In
I don't know if
theory.
his body can hold
Yes,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
but seriously, there are players of
Like
that quality.
football-wise, of
yeah,
course.
right.
Yeah.
So there are players of that quality. Now, is Vini making like the glorious Madrid return in like 3 years? Probably not. But like, he can play at any top club he
He
wants
could go to like
man.
PSG and still play it.
It's crazy because people should have had him like win the Ballon d'Or or something, and then Madrid should have acted really responsibly.
You know what's crazy?
After-
I always
after he
thought
did
that
that.
Vinny Jr. had a PSG arc in him. I don't know why. It just feels like
Dude, that
man,
happens with every talented winger in the
from
world.
Brazil. Yeah. All right, with keeper sell Rodrigo. I would love for Rodrigo to go somewhere and be a star.
Where do you want him to go, mate?
I
Because
want him
out
at
of
Arsenal
the
if we're
three-
going to keep it a buck. I want Rodrigo at Arsenal.
I would
Rodrigo.
take him. I would take him tomorrow.
I want him in Liverpool, lads. Like,
Yo, everybody
I
wants
think his
Rodrigo.
future is probably, if I was Real Madrid, I would think about keeping him, but you can also get 80 million for a fantastic player.
Yeah.
But Rodrigo, every single player at Madrid or in the Brazil team, when they ask who's the most skillful player, it's Rodrigo. Everybody says
Yeah.
But we know, like,
he's a
listen,
game winner. He's a
Yes.
big match winner.
We talk
but I
about
think they
Vinny
should
and
sell.
we talk about Vinny and Mbappe playing left wing, and you add Rodrigo in that mix.
That's his natural position,
That's
too.
three
That's the
left
funniest
wingers,
part.
bro.
That's crazy. That is crazy
Ridiculous.
to me. And everyone's praised Rodrigo for like his work ethic and his willingness to be selfless for the team.
His attitude is
and his attitude
impeccable,
and
yeah.
all of that. But he's still playing out of position, and no one seems to think about it. The last
Yeah.
few weeks, man, he's just been like
Fuck
riding the bench
yeah,
as well.
he's just
And
been
look,
chilling. It looks like he about to leave, bro.
I
To be
think,
honest.
yeah, I don't think he necessarily fits in that Xabi Alonso 3-4-2-1 either. Like
Yeah.
he's a winger.
He's a winger.
Yeah.
Aurelien Chouameni.
keep him.
Keep him. Antonio Rudiger.
Keep that crazy man.
I'll keep him.
you need
You gotta keep
a
him
player
crazy.
like that
Yeah.
in your
I'm
team.
keeping him for 2
Someone
more
that
seasons.
everyone is terrified.
Well, how old? Rudiger's 31, right?
Rudiger has to be 30, 31. Yeah.
He's not
mean,
too old.
He's not
yeah.
too old.
Yeah,
If they're
he's
playing
still-
David Alaba at left back, they could run Rudiger
Bro, yeah,
for a couple
he's
more
still-
seasons.
he's
And he's
still got
still
some footy.
athletic. Like he still reads the game well. He
you know-
still will crush you.
Do you know what's
He'll
crazy?
still crush you for sure. He don't give
And
a
every time
damn.
they play City in the Champions League, someone's got to guard Haaland, so it makes sense.
Last but not least, my young G, Endrick. Where we fit in Endrick, man? What's Endrick's development looking like? Because I had this conversation with someone the other day. I said Endrick is a weird profile to me.
He is a weird
because he's like 5'7", playing striker, and in Europe as a number 9, you gotta have a little bit of that ability to manhandle a center back, play the ball off. Like I don't know if Endrick has the body to handle like a Van Dijk. Like these are the teams that Real Madrid are playing against. If
Right.
they want to win Champions League, they're playing Van Dijks. They're playing the best center backs in the world. Do I think Endrick could hold the ball up against the best strikers in the world to bring in Mbappe and Vini and these guys into the game? I don't really think so.
So I wrote a column about this before the season and got absolutely fucking abused. I said that Endrick should go on loan for a year because he needed.
Why did you get abused for
Where
that?
did you get abused
Because
for that? I feel
people
like
are
that makes
mean.
sense.
Because people are
It's the
mean.
internet.
Yeah, because the internet, bro. People are mean. Like Madrid fans are like, you'll never understand. I'm like,
He needs to go.
yeah.
He needs
so
to
needs to
play.
play.
He needs to play. Endrick's a really interesting player who, right now at his age, only works in transition. He needs to play like basically on the counter attack, right? He needs to have space to run into, and he needs to be somewhere where he can afford to fuck up a bit. Because no matter how talented he is, he's going to miss chances, he's going to screw up, and he needs an opportunity to go somewhere where he can miss 3 or 4 and then score 1 or 2, and the coach will still be like,
loan or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a Sevilla loan.
Absolutely reeks of that. Like, nah, but I'd hang on to him, and let's be honest, okay, say he stinks it up for a couple years, which I hope he doesn't, like, genuinely, I wish him all the best, then you can still make some money off him if you sell him.